What does success in business mean? That could be totally different for different people. I know some people who their goal is to have a massive billion-dollar industry. I've known other people and they told me, I don't really need a big business. I used to think I needed a big business, but what I realized I really needed was just to have a business that would support me so that I could do the things I enjoy. For them, enjoyment meant they had enough money and time that they could go off and go fishing sometimes and enjoy some of their other hobbies, spend time with their family. That was what they wanted. That's what success looked like for them. They didn't even need a business that made $1 million a year, but they did need one that was going to support them in a way that gave them that freedom of both time and money. Where are you sitting on that spectrum? Have you even identified what success means to you? Have you identified what business means? One of my first semesters in college, I took a class, it was Business 101, the foundation, and this lady was amazing. She taught us what business was, and in her terms, business was you make a commitment, you keep a commitment, and you have to have two different parties involved. You would make a commitment to someone else, they're gonna make a commitment back to you, you both keep your commitments, everybody's happy. So for example, maybe you're a plumber and you say, hey, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna replace that toilet. And they'll say, perfect, I'm gonna pay you some money. So you, the plumber, go in, you keep your commitment. They, as the customer, give you money, they keep their commitment, everybody's happy, you make money, they get their new toilet put in. That's what business is. Now there's a bunch of other technical stuff that people have built up around that, but at the most basic core level, it's really that. Someone has a problem, you have a solution, you say, hey, I'll do this for you. They say, hey, I'll give you that compensation, and everyone's happy. So how do you find success in that model? What is the solutions that you're offering to the world? Have you thought about that? These are some of the foundational questions that oftentimes entrepreneurs know intuitively, but they've never slowed down enough and taken a step back enough to actually verbalize them. I'd invite you to take a few minutes and get out a sheet of paper. I love doing this. There's something magical. You could pull your phone out, but it won't be the same if you just take notes on your phone. If you get out a physical piece of paper, get out a pencil or a pen and write down, success to me means, and then you're gonna write that out. What does success mean to you? Think about that and then write it down. Next, what does business for you mean? What is it that you're doing? What are the problems that you're solving? Have you ever written that out? What the problems are that you're solving? When you're going to go talk to someone, what is it that you're offering them? Now that may seem overly basic, and for some people who are very straightforward, they'll just say, oh, well, I repair roofs. Yeah, that's great. Is that the problem that you're solving? That you repair roofs? No, that's the service you provide. But what's the problem? Well, the problem could be people don't want a leaky roof. Well, why is the leaky roof a problem? Well, if they have a leaky roof, it's going to damage their house, damage their stuff. It won't be a safe place to live for their family, and they want to take care of their family. All right, so the problem is they don't have a safe place for the family, and you're going to help them create a safe place for their family and all their stuff by giving them a roof that's going to be reliable, trustworthy, waterproof, hopefully, right? So there's a little bit more to it. And when you can break down past that top level, both on what you think success is and what your business does, you start talking at a different level to people, and you don't have to get overly crazy with it. And that's not what I'm advocating, but I am advocating for thinking about things a little bit different, seeing it a little bit different, communicating with yourself differently, and communicating with your customers differently. If success to you meant you had 5 jobs a month, would you be so worried about getting that 6th job? I'd bet you're not, unless there's some new goal that you're trying to go for. Also, if you clearly define what problems you solve for people, and then someone comes to you and they're asking you to do something that doesn't really fit that profile of what you've written down, you're gonna be less excited about doing that work, and that's okay. That is actually a valuable thing, and the reason for that is, if you're just doing any job that comes into you, pretty soon what happens is people are like, hey, I've got a roof that needs repaired. Can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. Hey, I need to replace a bunch of trusses on my roof. And you're like, well, I'm not really a framer, but I need and want the work. Okay, fine, I'll come in and replace the trusses. Then I'll put the new sheathing on. Then I'm gonna put and then put the new roof on. When that's not really your thing. But if you know, we do this one thing and you clearly define it, here's the problem we solve, here's how we solve it, here's the services we offer, and you're clear and granular on that, you're not gonna go in and put new trusses on a house when that's not your specialty. And the reason, you probably could do it if you're in that line of work, But if it's not your specialty, it's probably going to not go as smooth as you want. There's probably tools you're going to have to buy. There's expertise you're going to have to tap into, and it's not part of your natural rhythm and flow. If that's the case, you're going to create more headaches than benefits, both for yourself and potentially bad reviews for the customers. Now, I will make an exception. If you're looking to get into something different and you're looking to expand the horizon, then start intentionally and saying, what is there out there that I could or should be doing? And then maybe it does make sense to start putting trusses on and then putting the roof on, if that's what you're looking to do. But make sure that you're not just willy-nillying going out and grabbing any service, because pretty soon that goes from being a business to just being someone who's trying to keep busy. And if you're trying to keep busy, you might as well just go do your hobbies.